No, it's not. Alright. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a story time video on I just want to make sure it's not like too bright behind me, like you guys can see me. So I have to like block the light. So I'm gonna sit over here or sit over here. I need to block the light. Alright. But basically this is a story time video about an adventure that I had about this lost boy who was in the city. He wasn't a boy. I could say he was a boy, but he technically wasn't a boy. He had to be at least 17 or 18 years old. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I just haven't been able to upload a video for you guys. I've been trying. I have so many ideas for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I have at least 6 videos that I have to do. I just haven't been able to do them. Don't forget there's a giveaway going on currently, so make sure you guys take part in that. So far only one person has took part in that. So if for the rest of the people who are watching this, if you want to win the giveaway, there's a video about it on my channel. I'm not going to go into the exclusive details, but there's a video about it on my channel. Yeah, but I do have a lot of videos planned for you guys, so whenever I get the chance or whenever I get the opportunity, you might see a day where, maybe another day where I upload like 4 videos in one day. I just haven't had the opportunity to upload the videos for you guys. And my camera battery is like 50%, so I have to get this video done. So just to set the tone, everyone, if you watch this or if you know me, you know I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. So it was I want to say it was during the summertime. I wasn't working at the time though. And remember this was a period when I wasn't working. It was summer downtown Baltimore. This happened last summer. Last summer did it happen? Not last summer. It happened the summer of 2015. Yeah, it happened the summer of 2015. And I was downtown Baltimore, and I was getting ready to get on the subway, because the subway is probably the quickest way to travel and the fastest transportation that you could have to get from point A to point B. So I was supposed to get on the subway, and there was this guy. He had to at least be 17 or 18. I want to say he was 18. I thought he was coming up from the subway, and he was asking me for directions on, he wanted to get to this museum. Now, he never told me why he wanted to get to the museum. I just assumed that he was a tourist or something. So I was on my way down towards the subway, and he was on his way coming back up. But it's a lot to the story that you guys have to be aware of. Hold on. Alright, so a lot of stuff has to play in this. So I remember that he asked me for directions, and I told him, just out of my mind, I said he was looking for this art museum, and I said the art museum is 7 blocks that way, and I wasn't even 100% sure, but I was just guessing. I said the art museum is 7 blocks that way, but I wasn't 100% sure because at the time my phone didn't have service. So we went to the McDonald's, and I used the Wi-Fi at the McDonald's, and we did the GPS, and it said that the museum was 7 blocks away. So instead of just pointing him in a direction and just saying, hey, the museum is 7 blocks that way, I decided to hit the walk the 7 blocks with him, which technically I didn't have to do. But I took the time out of my day and, tried to help someone out. So instead of getting on the subway, we went to the McDonald's to confirm, that. Sorry guys, I had to change locations, but basically we confirmed that the museum was 7 blocks away, like I had said. Just to continue where I left off at. And so eventually, like I said, I could have just like said, because from where the McDonald's was at, the 7 blocks was just straight. You would just walk the 7 blocks straight. The museum, the art museum is right there. So I could have just said, hey, just go 7 blocks that way. The museum is that way. And got back on the subway, because I was supposed, that's what I was doing, getting on the subway. But for some reason, I felt like it was meant for me to run into him, because if I had run into him, this boy would have got lost in the city of Baltimore. Downtown is pretty big, especially if you're not used to big cities. To me, I'm used to it, so I wouldn't matter. But if you're someone from a small city or a small town, you can get lost and you can get taken advantage of. So that's pretty bad. So like I said, I think it was meant for me to run into him. So we started walking the 7 blocks to the art museum. We really didn't talk much. We kind of got weird looks from people. Cause this guy did kind of look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He looked crazy. But people, when we was walking, people just looking at us, and we were walking up there. And on my way up there, I saw this homeless guy. Now remember this, because this is important later on. This fact. I saw this homeless guy. Remember, it was the summertime, so I had on shorts. And I had like $2 worth of change in my pocket. So I just emptied my pockets and I gave it to the homeless man. All the change I had in my pocket, I just took it out and I gave it to the homeless man. And we kept on walking. That's an important detail, remember that. So we kept on walking up to the art museum. I made sure he got to the art museum. He was carrying something with him that plays a little part once I get deeper into the story. And he went to the art museum. Then I started to walk the 7 blocks back down to the subway. But I was like 3 or 4 blocks down, almost to the subway, and it's like something told me to turn around. I don't know why. I just got that feeling to like turn around. So I turned around and I walked back up to the museum. And just as I walked up to the museum, I saw him coming out of the museum. And I was like, he saw me, and I was like, what happened? Now, the thing is, I'll help people. I don't mind helping people, but you only can help people who only want to help themselves. And he wasn't straightforward with me from the beginning. If he was straightforward with me from the beginning, this whole encounter, this whole situation could have been a lot better than what it was. But he wasn't straightforward with me. He really didn't give me a lot of answers. So I couldn't really help the guy out, and it kind of made me mad. But so he came out the museum, and I saw him, and we started walking back down the 7 blocks. And as we was walking down the 7 blocks, we started talking. And I asked him, what happened? And he said that they didn't accept art. This is an important factor. For one, I thought he was a tourist just going to explore the museum and look at the art. What he was trying to do was, he had art with him in his backpack. That's what he was carrying with him in the bag he had. He had some of his own personal art. That his plan was to take it to the art museum and sell it and get money. But the thing about it is, that wasn't the type of museum where you could go there and sell your art. That's not the kind of museum that was. I kind of wish he would have told me that in the beginning, so we wouldn't waste that time and walk 7 blocks up there. There are places you can sell your art and stuff if you're an artist and stuff, but that wasn't the museum. That museum is if you want to go there and admire the paintings, the sculptures, look around. I wish he would have told me that in the beginning, but he wasn't straightforward with me, like I said. So if you're not honest with me, I can't help you out. So basically, I'm not sure if he was homeless or he ran away from home. We got back down the 7 blocks where the McDonald's was at and the subway was at. Um, and sorry, allergies. But that, he told me that he had caught a train here. So like I said, I don't know if he was homeless or he ran away from home, and he was trying to sell his art to get money. Which there's no problem with that. I just wish you would have told me that in the beginning. And I think he lived somewhere, like he lived in a small city close to Washington D.C., but he had caught the train up to Baltimore, and he caught the train up to Baltimore, and he had got off. And this was a big city. Like he didn't know what he was doing. He was lost. He was confused. And like I said, if you're a person like that, people can take advantage of you. You can get robbed. You can get hurt. You know, he didn't have no money. Um, so I was trying to help him out. And basically, from the point, I figured either he was homeless or he ran away from home. And he was talking about he was hungry. And I said, we was just at McDonald's. He was just at McDonald's. But I asked him, oh, my battery's about to die. But I asked him, you know, are you hungry or anything like that? And I don't know why. No, I didn't ask him if he was hungry. He told me he was hungry. And I was like, you watch me. Now, before that, we was at McDonald's. And I was like, you saw me give all my change to that homeless guy. I had emptied my pockets out and gave all my money to the homeless guy. If you was hungry, could have told me while I was at the McDonald's, you could have got something. It's a burger and a fry, or a burger, McChicken, you know, something off the dollar menu. You know, anything to have in your stomach. My battery's flashing red right now. But so after that point, I was just trying to help him out because I didn't know what to do, because I kept asking him stuff and he just wouldn't help me out. I said, hey, do you have a phone number where I can contact you? He said, no. Do you have an email address? No. Do you have a Facebook? No. What can I do to help you? Because I was genuinely concerned for him. And I was like, it was to the point where I was deeply concerned, to the point where I would have brought him back to my house to stay, you know? Like, hey, you can spend the night here, whatever. Because if you're lost in a big city or a new city and you don't know what you're doing, that's pretty bad. And it's, you know, it's pretty dangerous also. So I think after we were talking, I don't know what happened to him, but he asked me to get back on a train. He asked me to point him towards the train, not the subway. So I pointed him towards the train. I guess he was going to get on the train and get back and go back home. I don't know how he's going to do that with no money. But like I said, I wish he would have been straightforward with me from the beginning. And just would have been like, hey, you know, I'm new to the city and I'm trying to sell some art. That's all you had to say. I'm new to the city and I'm trying to sell some artwork. Trying to get something to eat. I'm an understanding person. I'm an understanding guy. If you would have taught me that, I would have helped him out. But he didn't tell me that. He gave me the runaround. To this day, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's in a homeless shelter. I don't know if he ever made it back home. I don't know if he died. I don't know what happened, but it was just, that was one heck of an adventure. Like I said, I was trying to keep in contact with him. He didn't have a phone number. He didn't have a email address. He didn't have a Facebook. He didn't have a Twitter. So it wasn't too much I could do, really. But then after that, I pointed him towards the train. Because at this point, I was mad at him. Because he gave me the whole runaround. And we did all this walking for nothing. He should have just told me what he wanted from the beginning. Then I could have helped him out. But he didn't. So I said, the train's that way. I got back on the subway. That was the end of that. That was the last I saw of him. Like I said, I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he's alright now. This is almost 2 years ago. But It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I would have got him something to eat. I would have helped him find a place for him to sell his art, but what can I do? Alright, but my battery's about to die. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this third time video. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Don't forget about the giveaway. And I will see you guys next time. Peace. Wow.
Yeah. Ursha, baby.